Hello. We're having technical issues around here today. We're having power outages. So we're gonna see how far we can go. But I'm gonna make English muffins. They don't take a whole lot of work, really, just like a mix, a set, a knead, and then let it bulk ferment. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna grab the ingredients, get everything over here to get started, and then we'll be snippety snap. I've got some stuff together here. I found a power bank that I was able to plug my little ring light on, so at least we have a little bit better lighting. I need to have, hold on, thanks. Let's not look at that. I can't warm up the milk, which I would prefer to do. I'm gonna double the batch that I'm doing today, but a single batch requires 240 grams of milk. And so it's still gonna work, but damn, it's gonna be cold. So we've got that pre-measured right here. We're gonna need 100 grams of starter. I'm gonna do 200 because I'm doubling my recipe. All right. $160. 211. We'll leave it there. That gives us enough of ester to build off of. All right. That is going there. We're going to also add in, it calls for 20 grams of honey, but we're going to do 40 because I'm doubling. There it is. Might have to get the generator going, but we're just trying to see if it will come back on before having to do that. So I'm going to mix this all together and come back to you when we're in a better position. I've got about the best I can do with cold fluids. Let me see if I can turn this up a little bit. There we go. I'm going to transfer it to a bigger bowl. Next, it requires 360 grams of flour. All the honey's sticking to the bottom. I'm doubling that. It'll warm up while it's proofing. And it also calls for 5 grams of salt. I'm doubling that. Okay. We are going to mix this up really good. I've got it pretty well all incorporated here. It's definitely cold. My goodness. I'm sorry, Esther. I'm so sorry. Good thing is that she was kept in the fridge previously. So she's used to the temperature. I guess a little bit of, I guess I could have done that inside that bowl. Mama's tired, okay? Okay, let's just go back to the bowl. Got more shit to clean up. Anywho, we're incorporating, making sure that all of that flour is really mixed in. Really, really mixed in. It's gonna start like forming itself into a ball. It's sticky, but it's not the worst. Mind you, it's cold, so that could have something to do with my situation. But I remember last time I did them, it wasn't that bad. All right. I'm gonna let this sit. Just trying to build up those bonds. Warm her up with a little bit of friction. We're gonna let it sit for half an hour and come back. We're gonna cover it and we'll come back to do some more kneading, and then we're gonna let it sit to bulk ferment. Okay, so while we're waiting for those, for that half an hour, we're gonna beef up Esther, okay? We're gonna feed her for tomorrow. I've got 100 grams here. Now it's saying, oh, it's because my piece of wood's there. This is my discard jar that I got in the fridge right now. It still has bubbles. Like, it's still doing its thing. So I'm gonna take out, I want at maximum 50 of her left. $62. 41. Okay, so I'm gonna do a 1-4-4 ratio. So I'm gonna do 40 grams of ester, and then I'm gonna do 160. Is that what I want? 4, 8, 12, 6. Yeah, I want 160 grams of water, and I'll probably do 180 grams of flour. So I'm just gonna grab my flour and stuff. I'll be right back. So we've got our 40 grams, zeroed out the scale. I've got some warm water here. There's still hot water in the hot water tank. So I said 160, right? All right, got our 160. Just gonna get as much of her into the mixture as possible, mix it all up. So we're all mixed together, back on the scale. I'm gonna do my flour now. Oh, plop. At 180, I'm gonna do a little bit more. Got the clean jar here that we're going into. All right, mix this up. Now we're all nice and mixed up, nice and thick. We're gonna put her back in our new jar. Get this all in, and then I have a feeling she's gonna grow pretty, like, even though we gave her more food to eat, so it'll take longer, I just have a feeling she's gonna rise quicker. But I haven't baked in a few days like I did. Today's my first baking day. Like, I'm done a couple recipes in like 2 or 3 days. So she's gonna be used up regardless. That's where she's at. I've got an elastic. Sometimes it's harder on the bottom of the jaw here. Sitting on my counter until I need to use her again. See, it's a little bit off, but that's okay. We know what's happening somewhere in that zone. If I go any lower, it rolls off the bottom. As cute as this is, it's not really the ideal jar. Like, it's not been bad to me, so I don't want to speak badly about it, but these little ridges that you see are also on the inside, so that's a whole nother thing for cleaning. And the bottom being round, unless I'm using tape, I have trouble keeping my elastic when I'm having a lower batch. But regardless, if you like it, Dollarama, I think, for Canada. Yeah, Dollarama. And I use the Robin Hood bread flour for feeding her as well. She seems to love it. All right, y'all, it is time to knead this dough for our English muffins. We do stretch and folds. It is, even though it's cold, it's grown a little bit. I like to do the stretch and folds, and then I'm gonna kind of knead it around a little bit. So we're just doing this. It'll start to fight back when it doesn't want to be worked anymore. Yeah, it doesn't want to be moved around anymore. All right, y'all. This is what it looks like. Now we're gonna let it sit until it doubles in size. I'm gonna check on it in 2 hours and see where we're at. We are about 2.5-ish hours. The power went out and there was no light on in the oven to help proof it, but it's going here. So we're gonna get ready to shape our English muffins. Yeah, we're ready. I've just got, I mean, use what you want and be careful if you have to use glass, but I've got a cup that I'm gonna make my circles out of. I just used my rolling pin for another recipe, so there's flour on it. Just throwing that out there. And yeah, I've got some cornmeal off to the side too, so I'm gonna show you how we shape them. All right, sling it on to the very last second. I like to use the flour for the rolling. It's gonna help. So you can try to spread it out as much as you can with your hands, and then get in there with a rolling pin. Glass here with some water, because that's going to help the cornmeal stay. Oh, it's so bubbly and airy. Last time I made these, I made them a little bit thin. So, I mean, you can make them as thin or as thick as you want to, I suppose. It'll just depend on how much they like, you know. All right, I think I'm gonna stop there. There's a few spots that are thicker than others. I'll loosen up my dough. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's about that. It's got like air pressure when I pop it through. What's this? Cat here. Good thing you guys aren't eating it. Okay. I'm going to do the bunch, rest more of those. So I've got the last of them all done up here. I'll show you in a second. There was some extra dough left over. That's the only thing about things that you have to like punch holes in. And the problem is, once you work this dough, it starts to become very like elasticy and it shrinks up. So you can only use it so much. So like if I were to make another English muffin out of this, like it would just like shrink right up. So you can see like how they went really good. Some of them are a little wonky, but they're bigger. And then at the end, they're like a lot smaller. They're looking a little rough. It's okay. We're gonna make them, we're gonna eat them, but I feel like if I were to make another one out of this, it would, I don't know that it would taste very good. So that's why I did that. It's so tempting. I hate throwing away dough, like what? But it becomes like really sticky, and I did a double batch, so there's lots of shit left over here. So all right, we've got our cornmeal. I've got a little bit of water here. I'm just gonna wet these just a little bit. It helps to see, this is one of the ones, and he's shrinking up so bad. Now plop it in there, plop it in there. I should have put more water in that bowl. Oh, well, that's a little bit too wet. That's not wet enough. These are the ones at the end. They're shrinking. Every time I touch them, they get smaller. So we're just gonna have a couple of minis. Get back to you when I'm done all of these. This is what we're looking like. We're gonna let it sit for another hour, and then we'll come back and we're going to pan fry on a dry iron skillet. We are at the hour mark. I have a cast iron pan that's heating up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna fit a bunch of these on here, like so. We'll do one more bigger one. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna cover it and I'm gonna flip them once they get brown on the bottom. I don't know exactly how long, so I'll let you guys know. We're at about 7 minutes right now, and they're gonna be coming off soon. But I would say medium to high heat. I forgot to say that. But that's what they're looking like. I snuck in an extra one there. But judge based on how your stuff is cooking. In between rounds, if you're doing like a bigger batch, wipe out your pan with paper towels so that the cornmeal doesn't burn and get stuck to the new batch. Okie dokie, we are all done. I will say, well, they turned out great. I will say that the next 2 batches cooked in like 5 minutes instead of 10, because remember your pan heats up. So the more you cook with it, the hotter it gets. We're gonna, which one do I want to rip into? This one. Oh, I should be showing you guys, but I don't know how to. See all the holes, the pockets? I never eat without toasting things, and I can eat these. And honestly, they're so easy to make and with such little ingredients, but they're so expensive at the store. And honestly, I don't really know anybody that doesn't like English muffins, so might as well make them for yourself. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. We'll catch you on the next one, and yeah, let me know what you think if you tried it.